Kia ora e homa, or tēnā koe if you're new. Welcome to this channel. I'm the Joy Ninja. I'm on a mission to try and create some abundance out of a low income. If you are new here and you haven't been following along with the journey and want to know more, I will link up the top a little card that kind of explains why I started this channel and what I'm up to. But for the rest of us, let's get on with this cash stuffing. It's my first one for September. We're already kind of a few days in. I have 330 to stuff today, which is a little bit more than usual, so let's count the cash. We have 51, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 92, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 5, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that's 530, and as I said, that's a little bit more than usual, and there's a reason for that, being that it's the start of a month. I've done some reflection and I've decided to change up my envelopes a little bit and start stuffing some of the things that I've been putting aside electronically in cash in my binders. So let's have a wee look at how I did over last week. Groceries is empty, as is fuel. Still $10 in cafe. There's 10 left in takeaways. Household has 15 and kids fun has 50. Now my little change purse, I have a $5 note. And a few coins, and we'll get to that later in the stuffing. But let's get on. So groceries this week is going to get 120. I am a family of one adult and two children. Months ago, before I started this, I was, the reason I started this actually was because I was spending so much on groceries, and I just thought, this has got to stop. Fuel is getting its regular $40. I couldn't get any 20s out of the cash machine. They were all out today, so ended up doing 10s. Now cafe, this is where my first change is going to happen. If you've been following me for any length of time, you'll notice I don't spend all of my cafe money every week, and actually seeing the money in cash makes me not want to spend it on a hot drink when I could make it at home. So I've been making it at home, and instead of having a designated envelope for cafe, I'm going to have a new one that's called pin money. And again, it's because I'm on a low budget. What I'm going to do is combine another envelope later on in my stuffing. So we'll get there when we get there. Takeaways is going to get $5, so that it has 15. I think having 6 weeks off takeaways has really weaned my kids off. They tend to request it less, which is quite good. Certainly saving me money. Household is getting 10. I have started my gardening projects, but I still need to keep stuffing this because, growing veggies is expensive. It's not just the plants, it's the soil and the soil conditioners like compost and extra bits and pieces like seaweed. In fact, this weekend I'm going to go and get some seaweed off the beach. Kids Fun is getting $10. So it's got 60. And we'll move over here to allowance. I'll do in a minute. Beauty is getting 10. So now it has 60. And I've still got that massage voucher in there to use up at some point. Clothes is getting 5. Now, here's where, so this envelope hobbies, I'm retiring that. I've just decided, because of my income, I can't really afford to stuff separately for hobbies and cafe. I'm going to combine them, and I'm just going to call it pin money, and then I can make my own choices about how I spend that money, and I feel good about that. And that's one less envelope to budget for every week. But if, you know, if I want to have the option of catching up with a friend for coffee, it's there. Okay, the next is I'm putting in a new envelope for dentist. 2 reasons. One, my teeth haven't been well looked after in the past, and I'm paying for that now, like figuratively and literally. And also I wanted to start stuffing for my 13-year-old who has got an appointment next month to talk about braces. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford that, but I think it's a good idea to start stuffing for that now. Giving is going to get 10. We have another kids party coming up. I like to have money to give to charities and causes I feel, you know, strongly about, but I'm also using this for buying gifts for people other than close family. I have another envelope for that. The miscellaneous category has disappeared. I put that in another binder, so we'll get to that. Car is getting 5. I'm now sorted for registration and warrant for the, you know, next few months, but I want to start putting some aside just for maintenance, new tyres and that kind of thing. Surveys is getting 10. This is saving up for teeth cleaning. So they now have 45. And at the 11th hour, I decided to put in another, oh, there's my miscellaneous. I'm retiring that for now. It might come back if my income changes. I think it's good to have like a buffer envelope in your cash binders if you can. I can see the point of that. Let's just pretend that I have done the label. This is my health envelope. I like to keep ahead of our health by buying vitamins, especially for my youngest child who has food aversions and doesn't eat a good diet. I'd love it if he ate more vegetables, or any vegetables, but at the moment I stuff for that, and also for myself going to the doctor. It is subsidised because of the low income, but I still have to save for it. Alright, let's go have a look in my favourite place, which is my savings. Right, emergency savings today is going to get $10. I already have 500 in the bank, and I have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 560. I would really love to get this to the $1,000 mark by the end of the year. I don't know if that's achievable, but I'm going to push for it. Christmas and birthdays, just last week, just broke that. I will fix it later. Just last week I started this mystery savings challenge. It's a scratch off challenge. So just for fun really, just to keep it interesting. My target is to have $360 cash in here by the end of November. I scratched $12 and then I didn't feel like that was enough. So later on, off camera, I scratched 20. So I'm going to put 32 in here today. And I'm going to do that by changing this $5 note into change. so let me give it a count. Oh, cat, what are you doing? Off. Right, stop it. There should be 182 here, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 2. So that matches up with my 182. That nearly went pear-shaped. Let's scratch. I'm going to do this one. So for next week, we've got $8. I think I can probably do one more. What do you reckon? Should I do another one? I reckon I can. Let's go for gold. Right, even though I would like this money by the end of November, it'd be so good to get this fully funded a little bit earlier, and then I can focus on other things. Okay. So 8 and 6 is 14. This is just a mini challenge to save for $100, but I do have other ones available in my shop that save bigger amounts, $250 and $500, I think. Let me know if I should do like a $1,000 one. Yeah, I quite like the idea of scratch off, it's just fun. But let me know if you think I should do a bigger challenge, because I can do that. I'm just gonna put a wee note for next week is, what did I say, 14. Cool. Right. So kids savings has 100 in the bank. I was able to do that last week and that felt awesome. I'm gonna give them 5. And the 22 deposits, today's the day. Today is the day I do my final 22 deposits. But before I get too far, I'm going to throw in that $5 that's I made change before. So I'm going to put that in. And today I am adding 5, 7, 50. So after 22 weeks of saving my change, I've ended up with $156.60. As I'm quite new to cash stuffing, I didn't have any expectations around this, but I am kind of pleasantly surprised. And I think this shows me that quite often we look at little bits of change and we think, we don't treat them with respect. We just think, oh, that's such a small amount of money, it's not going to do anything. But those small amounts put together add up to quite a bit. So I'm going to put this aside and I'm going to stuff it over my savings challenges at a later date. But in the meantime, I really like how this change jar works for me. And it's good to have change to be able to change down notes and pay my allowance to my eldest, which is $13 at the moment. So I have made a cute little envelope called Change Jar. I'm thinking about making these and selling them. Let me know if that's something that you would like for your budget binder. We've got a couple more categories we're going to stuff today. The live in the moment. So this was my miscellaneous challenge. I popped it back here because I think this is going to go towards, it's getting 10, this is going to go towards that trip up north to go and visit with family. My auntie's 80th is this year. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 110. That will be really useful toward that. I'm still not sure if I can save enough in time, but I'm just throwing everything I've got at it at the moment. Okay. Kiwi Mini is going to get 5 today. This is also for that same trip. I've got 50, 70, 80, 5, 90. So that's coming together. I've only got $30 left on that. I'm going to skip Ninja Goals and Waitangi Day today. And that last $13 is going into my daughter's little envelope, and she's going to stuff that in her own binder. I hope you have a good week. I'll be back later with what I do with that 22 deposits in 2022. I also am planning to do a little show. I'll give you a sneak peek of my side hustle binder and how I organize the finances and some tips and stuff for setting up a side hustle. So I hope to see you there.